Good evening. Today is December 9th, 2025. This is a special board meeting of the Board of Trustees for El Paso Independent School District. The time is 5:01 and this meeting is now called to order. Before we move to the consent agenda, Sezzy, would this be the right time to take all comments? All public comment? Oh, Pledge of Allegiance. It's not on the consent. Let's do the Pledge of Allegiance. Now for a moment of silence. Thank you. That will take us to the comment before we move to the consent agenda. Trustee Cuellar?
Okay, thank you. If you can please play the informational video. Thank you.
Meetings of the public. Therefore, all persons in attendance are expected to display civility and decorum, that is, respect for other persons, without the use of insulting, profane, threatening, or abusive language. Public comment will not be used for personal attacks. In addition, you are directed to the district's complaint procedures and board policy regarding employee, student, parent, or public complaints. The Deputy Superintendent of Administration is in attendance if you wish to discuss a matter with him. Please note that during public forum, specific factual information or recitation of existing policy may be furnished in response to inquiries. However, the board may not deliberate or decide any subject that is not posted on its agenda. El distrito es el organismo de gobierno local encargado de atender las necesidades educativas de todos los niños en edad escolar en nuestro distrito, y las reuniones de la Junta deben centrarse en el cumplimiento de este cargo. En el cumplimiento de ese cargo, las reuniones de la Junta del Distrito son reuniones públicas bajo la Ley de Reuniones Abiertas de Texas para llevar a cabo los negocios del distrito. Sin embargo, no son reuniones del público. Por lo tanto, se espera que todas las personas que asistan muestren civismo y decoro, es decir, respeto por otras personas, sin el uso del lenguaje insultante, profano, amenazante o abusivo. Los comentarios públicos no se utilizarán para ataques personales. Además, usted está dirigido a los procedimientos de queja del distrito en la política de la Junta con respecto a los empleados, estudiantes, padres o quejas públicas. Tenga en cuenta que durante el foro público la información fáctica, específica o citación de la política existente puede ser proporcionada en respuesta a las preguntas. Sin embargo, la Junta no puede deliberar o decidir sobre cualquier tema que no está publicado en su orden del día.
Thank you so much. First speaker on the agenda is Ross Moore. Mr. Moore.
Good evening, Board President Hanani, board members, Interim Superintendent Aguirre. My name is Ross Moore, President of El Paso AFT. With regards, I'm speaking to item 3A. With regards to your $300 winter retention stipend for only hourly employees, it was not received well by the other two-thirds of your employees who were excluded. Putting $300 retention stipend in perspective, after taxes, it amounts to one weekly supermarket trip for a family of 4. And if that's that's if they limit things like beef, coffee, the good stuff. You should have respected the contract personnel and shown appreciation for the 55-hour plus work weeks they put in on the average. Those are the ones you need to retrain. I presume, trustees, you're aware that as of this morning, there's 117 teacher openings being posted in EPISD, over half of which are SPED. Based on posted opening, that's around 10,000 kids who have temporary teachers. I presume you're aware that the number of TEA class size waivers jumped 29% from 24 on November 5th to 31 yesterday. And ESL certification waivers jumped from 0 to 64 during the same time period. You have a retention problem, and it remains unsolved. Jump ahead. I got time. You could have increased and included the other 2/3 of teachers and employees in pay grade, below pay grade 107 and not on the 200 scale. Prioritizing, you could have avoided having to explain how 2 of the interim soups inner circle got a 7.1 and a 12.6 raise when everybody else on the daily and hourly schedule got 1%. You could have avoided having to explain how the number of the Stanton Street 100K Club, central office employees making over $100,000, jumped from 83 last year to 108 this year. That's a 30% jump, while you told your 2/3 of your employees, we just don't value. Whether that was your intent or not, that was what was received. As of today, 54% of my members who are certified, who are said in an ongoing survey, they have considered seriously resigning or retiring this semester. Seriously considered. You can still pull this one out and make it right. It's likely that other options were discussed that included not only the hardworking hourly employees, and I don't begrudge them this, please, but included the hardworking rank and file contract employees. Please relook at them. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Moore.
Next speaker is Norma De La Rosa, and Ms. De La Rosa, you are signed up for 2 different items if you want to do 3 minutes on one and 3 minutes on the other. Sure. Yes. Thank you, ma'am.
Good afternoon, Ms. Hanani, members of the board, Ms. Aguirre. I am Norma De La Rosa, president of the El Paso Teachers Association. At last month's meeting, we presented to you letters that had been written by employees, both professional and hourly, about why it mattered that they receive this mid-year stipend. Personal stories are powerful, and hopefully you read the fears and hopes and wishes of the employees as to why the stipend matters. I am not going to say that I am not disappointed in the fact that not every employee is receiving this retention stipend. Please know that I am not. We understand that the financial situation is what it is. EPISD is not the only district that is having financial restraints on its budget, but districts cannot expect its employees to work for free, cannot expect its employees to have more duties and responsibilities added to their plates and do it for free. Your approval of this stipend for the hourly employees is appreciated. They work so hard, yet because they are not even paid minimum wage, the 1.5% increase given to them was, for the most part, eaten up by increased health premiums as well as the rise in cost of living, and they certainly deserve this. The message I bring to you is this. This administration and this board must make a greater effort to look at expenditures this district makes in unnecessary programs, consultants, and the continued hiring of central office staff at 6-figure salaries, closed buildings sitting empty. Priorities must be re-examined with students first, then the employees who do the work in the trenches. That is your teachers, nurses, librarians, SAMs, and those hourly employees who do the work under all conditions and at all hours. I ask that you keep this in mind as you begin the budget process for next year. And my other comments are these. On behalf of the El Paso Teachers Association, I want to welcome Dr. Lusk to EPISD. The road to this point in time has not been an easy one for EPISD. Dr. Lusk, as I'm sure you are aware, the road will not be easy. But please know that I and the members of the El Paso Teachers Association are here ready and willing to work hand in hand with you to move EPISD forward. I look forward to working with you as you begin this new journey. Again, welcome to El Paso and to EPISD. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. De La Rosa.
And that concludes public comment.
Thank you, Trustee Cuellar. That will now take us to the consent agenda. Is there anything that anybody would like to remove from consent. If there are no items, could I get a motion on the consent agenda, please?
I move that the consent agenda items be approved as listed, including all recommended vendors for all amounts indicated.
Can I have a second?
Second.
That is a motion by trustee Leverage and a second by trustee Sutton. All in favor? Aye. Any
Aye.
opposed? That motion carries 7-0. That will now take us to item number 3, discuss and take appropriate action on employee stipend. I will turn this over to Ms. Aguirre.
Good evening, trustees. This evening, we have Ms. Maria Alonso, our comptroller, as well as Ms. Patricia Cortez, Chief Human Capital Officer, to present to you the proposal of the employee stipend for hourly employees at $300.
Good evening, President Hanani, members of the board, and Ms. Aguirre. My name is Patty Cortez, Chief of Human Capital Management, and I have here with me today Ms. Maria Alonso. And we will be presenting information on the proposal for the one-time employee stipend. I do want to just begin by really talking through the fact that we are committed to increasing compensation whenever opportunities arise, but while also monitoring the district's financial health. And so balancing the two has always been our goal, and I think there's been a collaborative effort through the board, the central office, and across the district, really ensuring that we all take part in the conversations and identifying what are the opportunities that we have to balance how we meet all of our employees' needs. And so if you recall, during the budget cycle, we were able to provide increases across the district, even given our financial situation. So we're here today to really emphasize that this is an opportunity for us to provide further support for our essential staff who is committed and works diligently to serve our students. And so with that, Ms. Alonso will go over the detail of the criteria and the premise of the stipend.
Thank you. Just a small technical difficulty there. Good evening, Board President Hanani, members of the board, and Interim Superintendent Ms. Aguirre. Maria Alonso, Comptroller. Today, as Ms. Cortez mentioned, we are here to discuss the proposed 25-26 employee retention stipend. And so today, we want to talk a little bit about, oh, this mouse is alive. Okay, let me go back. Okay, so you all may recall that during the 25-26 compensation plan, there was a clause there that the board included to, in the event that there was availability to provide an employee retention stipend to our employees, we would take that opportunity to do so. Today, we are here to present that. So the next slide here, this one is really live today. I apologize for that.
Great impression.
Just read it to us, it's
Probably
okay.
the first time we've had a sideways presentation.
Okay, we're not going to move any more slides. So we began with a proposal of a $300 employee retention stipend. This would be for our hourly employees. The eligibility criteria that we have identified here today is employees hired by the district on or before December 1st will be eligible for this stipend. The employee must be employed on the date of disbursement. This will be on the next paycheck, which is on Monday, December 15th. And the employee must be a permanent employment status to be eligible to receive this stipend. So a little bit about the cost related to this stipend. So a $300 employee retention stipend for our hourly employees is approximately $748,000, okay? Of which $620 is going to be funded from our general operating fund, $99,000 from our food and nutrition, and $29,000 from other funds, federal grants and other funds. So at this time, this is the proposal for our district. We'd like to open the floor for any questions or comments.
Are there any questions or comments from any trustees? Trustee Call?
Yeah, thank you for the presentation. Frankly, I'm surprised that we're financially able to do any retention bonus at all, even for just a part of our employees. Thankfully, it looks like we're going to close on one of our vacant properties. So, Merry Christmas. I just wanted to take this opportunity to respectfully urge my colleagues in the future to be a bit more aggressive on right-sizing our district so that we're not in this situation next year. I think that it's a missed opportunity to be able to provide a retention bonus to all of our employees at this time of year. I understand. I'm not trying to bring up the past. I'm just talking about going forward. I hope that we're not in this situation next year, and that we're able to do something nice at the holiday time for all of our employees. Thank you.
Any other comments or questions by any other trustees? Trustee Leverage?
I just want to thank you all for the proposal, and thanks very much to the team for finding these dollars and making sure that this squares with our financial situation. This is particularly important, I think, to show a good sign of appreciation to our many hourly employees, our custodians, our bus drivers, our cafeteria workers who are struggling to make ends meet, but who also will see this make a great deal of difference for their Christmases and for their year end. So I very much appreciate the effort that's gone into it. And just to say, again, Merry Christmas to echo Trustee Call, to those employees who are receiving it. To those who are not, I don't want this to be a statement that we do not appreciate their hard work. We completely understand how that sentiment might develop, but we want to be sure that every member of this district understands how much they are appreciated by this Board of Trustees, and we will continue to find efficiencies, and we will continue to make sure that our compensation structure is commensurate with the cost of living here in El Paso in 2025 and 2026 and beyond. So thank you again, and we very much appreciate all of your work.
Thank you. Trustee Sutton?
Thank you for being here, and thank you to Ms. Aguirre for doing two jobs and working with your team on this. I agree with Dr. Leverage, and I do agree with Mr. Call. All of a sudden, I am confident, Trustee Call, that I think next year we'll work together, and this will be different next year. With our new superintendent coming on. I lived on a teacher salary, I know, and I share Dr. Leverage's sentiments. You all know me, know that I know exactly where you are right now. But we wanted to do the best we could with our financial situation, and I'm on the record agreeing to work as hard as Trustee Call wants to work on this as well. I know all 7 of us do. We want to make sure we get in a really good financial situation so that maybe this looks different next year. So I do want to thank everyone for being an EPISD teacher. I know how much you all care and working for our kids every day. Thanks.
Thank you. Any other comments? I also want to thank you for the hard work that you all did. I believe that, and Ms. Aguirre can correct me if I'm wrong, but to compensate those employees, including the teachers, would have been around $2 million coming out of general operating fund. This landed at around 620, and so very difficult considering our financial situations. As Trustee Call mentioned, there is an anticipated property that hopefully will be coming to a close soon that's sort of squared with the amount that's going to be added and the amount that is going to be drawn to create this $300 stipend. So I think the position was, if given the opportunity to present a $300 stipend to those hourly employees, as Trustee Leverage mentioned, who we know work extremely hard day in and day out. As a matter of fact, we heard today that many of them couldn't be here to provide public comment because they're working right now. We wanted to make sure that we did what we could. And for those employees, it represents, some of them, 1 to 2% of their entire salary, which is a significant raise. And we're hoping that we do make an impact and help those employees with their Christmas holiday season. And definitely do want to thank all of our other employees for the hard work and for what they do for children every single day. I think there is and has always been a charge from this board specifically to the interim superintendent and to the incoming superintendent that we must address our budget challenges very aggressively so that we can make room to compensate our employees. And so I think that'll continue to be the ask and the charge. And in the meantime, we definitely want to do what we can for those that we can. And so thank you again. And with that, I'd like to take this out for a motion.
I move that the Board of Trustees approve the proposed employee stipend to eligible employees on the disbursement date of December 15th, 2025, as presented.
Is there a second?
Second.
That is a motion by Trustee Leverage and a second by Trustee Call. Is that what I got? All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? That motion carries 7-0. That will take us to item number 4, meeting to be closed under sections 551.071, 551.074, and 551.129 of the Texas Government Code. Good evening. The time is now 6:03 PM, and this meeting is called back into open session. That will take us to item 5A. There will be no action. 5B, there will be no action. And 5C, discuss and take appropriate action on hiring superintendent and approval of superintendent contract. Before we move on to the action on this item, I want to take a moment to express on behalf of the Board of Trustees our sincere appreciation to Ms. Aguirre, who has been absolutely instrumental in getting us through this transition period. We really appreciate all of your hard work, and we know it was a lot of hard work doing double roles, and are certainly indebted to you for your commitment to El Paso ISD. It was very clear that you had the organization's best interests at heart, and very glad that you were here, and we want to thank you with a few tokens of appreciation. And she's not going far. She'll go right back to being the CFO, so I'm sure a nice reprieve from doing double duty. Again, thank you, Martha. This is going to take us to the action on the item. Before I make a motion, I want to extend my sincere appreciation to the rest of the Board of Trustees. The level of professionalism and commitment that you showed to the district throughout this process was really admirable, and I am incredibly grateful to each of you for really taking this process seriously, and it was really wonderful to come together and see what we could do on behalf of kids in El Paso ISD, and I look forward to doing that work now with our incoming superintendent. I am going to make a motion on this item. I move that the board approve the proposed superintendent's employment contract as discussed in closed session and offer employment as EPISD superintendent to Dr. Brian Lusk on the terms set out in said contract. Is there a second on the motion?
Can we all second at the same time?
Yeah, sure.
Look at Susie, she's like,
You may have 1 second, but you may all vote.
Second?
Second?
Okay. That is a second by trustee Call. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion carries 7-0. Welcome to El Paso ISD, Dr. Lusk. We are incredibly excited to welcome Dr. Lusk to El Paso ISD, and he starts tomorrow. So he is going to jump right in and get to work. It is actually exciting that he was willing to take this on so quickly because he knew there was a lot of work to be done. So a lot of excitement, I think, from every one of us. I want to give Ms. Aguirre a moment to say a few words as well.
Thank you. Good evening, members of the board, staff, families, and community members. It has been an honor and a privilege to serve as the interim superintendent during this period of transition. Over the past months, I have witnessed the dedication, resilience, and commitment of our educators, administrators, our board, and our students. And together, we have continued to move our district forward, maintaining a focus on academic excellence and the well-being of every student. Tonight marks an exciting new chapter for our district as we officially welcome our new superintendent, Dr. Brian Lusk. Your experience, vision, and passion for public education will undoubtedly strengthen the foundation we have built together. That work ahead is both challenging and inspiring, and I am confident that under your leadership, our district will continue to thrive and innovate. I want to extend my deepest gratitude to the Board of Trustees for their trust and support, and to our staff and community for their collaboration and unwavering commitment to our students. As I pass the torch, I do so with great optimism and pride in what we have accomplished and in what lies ahead. Superintendent Lusk, you are inheriting a community that believes deeply in its mission and in the power of education to transform lives. I wish you every success as you lead the district on its next phase of growth and achievement. Bienvenidos, Dr. and Mrs. Lusk.
El Paso ISD, celebrating more than 140 years as pioneers in leadership, excellence, and a relentless drive for student success. We exemplify a district and community where everyone belongs, as we proudly welcome our new superintendent of schools, Dr. Brian Lusk. It starts with us.
Thank you to all of our performers. Okay, we have one action item left. Before we adjourn, I again just want to say welcome to El Paso, Dr. Lusk and Beverly Lusk. This is your home now. El Paso ISD is your home, and on behalf of the board, we can't wait to get to work. So welcome home. The time is now 6:20, and this meeting is adjourned.